So you guys all know my Western Star truck that carries around my Zacklift and has pulled countless vehicles out of ditches to repair shops halfway back and forth across the country and all kinds of other stuff. What you probably don't know is that before buying this truck, I had never even sat in a Western Star, never driven one, never even opened the door to one. And then I bought this truck in a whole nother state, completely sight unseen, without ever even going down to look at it. It was bought, paid for, done deal before I even booked the airplane ticket down to California to go see it for the first time. And when you're buying something this big and expensive and such a key part of your business, that is kind of a risky thing to do, but the truck fit all the specs I needed to run the Zacklift, so that's what we did, and I just hope for the best. Now, since then, over the last year and a half, me and this truck have spent a whole lot of time together and have gotten to know each other really well, and it's become a major, like the major part of my business, a major part of this YouTube channel, and this truck has kind of become that dependable partner that I can just go hop in, fire up, and I know no matter what kind of crazy call we got to head off to do, me and this truck are gonna go get it done. It also doesn't hurt that it is really comfortable and a super cushy ride in there. Now, kind of for the details on it, this here is a 2016 Western Star 4900. It has a 14,600 pound front axle, 46,000 pound rears, 276 inch wheelbase with the tall railed, tall flanged 3/8 frame. So it's a single frame rail, but the height of the frame from the top to the bottom flange is like 2 inches taller, I believe it is, than your standard truck. That's what gives this single frame the strength to handle this wrecker body prying off the back of it. And this setup has worked really, really well for this Zacklift here. Up here under the hood, it has a Detroit DD13 with a 13-speed transmission back into those rear ends. So needless to say, over the last year and a half, this truck has made me a fan of and a believer in Western Star trucks. And as I'm looking at expanding, oh, the other truck's missing, never mind. As I'm looking at expanding to even more trucks, as the one's not even here right now, I've been looking hard at more Western Stars. But I told you that story to tell you this story. About 6 months ago, I saw online that Western Star was having a competition where you could enter to win a trip to the Western Star Star Nation Experience, which was an all expenses paid trip to Bend, Oregon, where I actually live. Because Daimler Trucks that owns Western Star, they own a bunch of brands. They own Western Star, they own Freightliner, they own Detroit, the engine transmissions, Thomas buses, I believe the Mercedes trucks, a lot of the European brands. Huge parent company that owns all these other brands. Their proving grounds and their test track and all that stuff is actually like 45 minutes or so up the road from me in Madras, Oregon. And part of the Star Nation experience was to get to go to the proving grounds, see all the brand new trucks, get to drive some on the test track, see how they torture, test, and destroy these things, do some driving competitions, and then use the beautiful outdoors we have in this area to go fly fishing, go out here to the south, go ATV riding, and then get to meet and greet and hang out with the entire Western Star executive team. So I entered the competition. A few months later, I found out that I won, and we headed on our long trip just right over there to Bend, Oregon for the Western Star Star Nation experience. Now, this is where I'm going to be honest. I was not super excited about the opening night of this event because it was just going to be a dinner at a fancy restaurant with all the Western Star executive team, and I'm not a fancy restaurant type of guy. I'm not fancy anything type of guy. But I thought, oh great, we had to go have dinner and rub elbows with a bunch of suit and tie corporate executives. Fun. But since Western Star is a little bit different of a company, I was completely wrong about all of them. The Western Star brand is made up of 3 main people, and as I'm saying this, I'm looking in my camera screen and seeing that that's super faded. I thought it'd be super cool to walk around here and have the Western Star W, you know, showing in the background while I said this, but I think I need to get a new hood emblem there. But the Western Star executive team is made up of 3 main people. One of them being a truck mechanic, has moved up to the ranks of executive. Another one being a mechanical engineer who's designed and built all kinds of truck parts, pieces, automotive stuff. Now at the top of the Western Star brand. And then the Western Star brand manager, Alex, total automotive enthusiast, gearhead, who at the end of the day of driving trucks went and hopped in a 100-something thousand pound heavy haul truck and took off down the road. So to realize that instead of a group of, you know, suit and tie uppity people at the head of the Western Star brand, it's actually being taken care of and ran by 3 complete and total gearheads who are all about the trucking industry, and that was incredibly refreshing to see. So we went and had our dinner. It was a great time with everyone. The whole crew of the people invited, plus the Western Star team, everybody got along great. But there was one attendee of the event who seemed to be having a completely different experience than the rest of us, and we all took notice right away. Now this here is Connor, and Connor is a huge fan of trucks, despite never having even sat in the seat of one until right now. Now Connor, in addition to being one of the humblest, most respectful kids I've ever met, is also a member of the ATS community, which is the American Truck Simulator game. And that is the full extent of Connor's experience with trucks. He is a huge fan of the game, been playing it for years, driving trucks in the simulator world for a very long time. And since ATS was such a huge supporter of this Star Nation event and a big part of what makes it happen, 2 people from the ATS community got invited to be part of the event as well. One of them being Brennan, who you'll meet a little later and does have his license and is a driver. And then Connor, who, like we said, has never even sat in a truck in his life. Now, one thing really cool is Western Star went so far into making this event special for everybody involved that they went and found out that the truck Connor drives in the game is a 2024 bright red Western Star 57X. So when we show up to the proving grounds and the gates open, what is sitting right there but a bright red, brand new Western Star 57X that Connor got to drive in real life.
What'd you think?
Awesome.
Connor, how does it compare to the game?
It's just like it. It's awesome. I have no words right now. I have no words.
I love it.
Now, one really cool thing about the entire group of people that was there, from I think I had the most driving experience at 21 years, down to Connor never having even sat in a truck in his life. And then kind of everything in between. There was no like the older school truckers kind of looking down on the gamer kids or the less experienced people. It was actually quite the opposite, where a lot of the more experienced drivers kind of took the less experienced under their wing, answering questions, giving advice, helping out in any way we can, and really kind of showing the type of camaraderie that the trucking industry should be. It was a really cool thing to see, and it reminded me of how the industry used to be and what I remember it as a kid who grew up in a trucking family, and the way I really wish it could get back to. But then after a full day of driving trucks and checking out the proving ground, seeing a whole bunch of cool stuff and hanging out, it was time to go enjoy some of the great outdoors. So we are at the Western Star Nation event. A bunch of driving the cool new trucks, checking out the proving grounds. We got people from the trucking industry. We got the whole Western Star team here. And today we're doing some fly fishing, some ATV riding. We got Brendan here. You came all the way from Winnipeg?
I came all the way from Winnipeg.
We got the guys from ATS, American Truck Simulator, here. And we got the most important man of the entire Western Star company sitting right here. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm gonna pump him up so big, and then you have to deal with it all next week.
I have to deal with it every day.
This is Alex, a brand manager of Western Star. I'm pointing you out right now to everybody. Yeah, so say hi. So we're getting ready to do some fly fishing, which I have never done before. So it'll be interesting. So we've got Trista here, owns a dump truck company in New York, whereas Dustin over there owns a big trucking company in Pennsylvania. And yesterday we had a driving competition at the test track. How long have you been driving?
Only a couple of years.
Okay, I've been driving over 20 years. How long have you been driving?
15.
Connor, how long have you been driving?
First day was yesterday.
Yeah.
Who won the driving competition yesterday in the precision driving competition?
Oh yeah!
Absolutely smoked all of us in the precision driving competition.
American Truck Simulator.
Yep, Connor is part of the American Truck Simulator crew. Where the American Truck Simulator guys, where are they? I think they're already walking down the hill. Yep. So that was Connor's invitation to this event. Never driven a truck before in his life.
Never been in a semi-truck before.
Never even sat in one.
Never even sat in one before.
Huge fan of trucks, plays the American Truck Simulator game, huge fan of Western Star, and got to sit in his first truck yesterday. Had a grand total of a half a mile of driving experience. And we go to the precision driving thing,
And now we don't want to hire him.
we look like fools in that.
like fools.
And he aced it. The lowest score you could possibly get was 0. What was your score?
It's a 0.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that says a lot for the simulator game. Yeah. So here we got the guys from American Truck Simulator, who's been a huge part of this. Yeah.
Hey.
So we were talking, all of us, the drivers, our little.
Got beaten.
We got beaten.
He even beat me. I drove for 14 years.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah.
21 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He
never driven a truck before, and he did. So I think that's saying a lot about the game.
Absolutely.
And
We are proud and honored that he nailed it that well.
he got the perfect score.
Yeah.
Like we all. You missed, like even in the dump truck spreading competition, I spread how many loads of gravel? I have no idea. Never touched one before, and blew me away in that. So I think that's saying a lot about your game. Yeah. How many people are on that?
I believe we have 6 million copies sold.
6 million.
And daily 60,000 players.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's quite a lot, yeah.
It clearly works.
Yeah. We have quite a lot of stories people got inspired by the game, to join the automotive industry, become owner operator or auto mechanic.
No, I think that's a huge bonus. I'm in the trucking industry. I've had employees. One of our hardest things is finding drivers.
Oh yeah.
So if it's something like that, they can introduce people to it, and then get people want to see if they like driving a truck or not.
Yeah.
Before going through the whole thing, and then like I said, Connor's all in. He's loving it, and this is the direction he wants to go. It's because of that game. So
yeah, we've talked to, we've heard many stories like that before, where players have, had no kind of background in trucking, no family members that were trucking, and they saw the game on sale one day, they bought it, they ended up buying all the DLCs, they're putting hours and hours into it, and next thing you know, they're going and getting their CDL. So yeah, it's really.
So someone in the trucking industry who's had the fight of finding employees, thank you. That's one of the biggest, toughest problems, challenges in the industry.
Well,
so anything that's helping get more younger people into it, and
exactly.
I'm 100% all
If
for
there is
it.
any overlap we can support through the game or thanks to the game, then we are all in.
Huge, and clearly it works because we all got smoked by a kid over there who'd never driven a truck before. So there you are, right there, eavesdropping too. Okay, so we got the photos taken. We're headed down to go fishing. Dustin, where are you at in Pennsylvania?
Northeast corner,
Athens.
Pennsylvania.
And you got concrete plant, asphalt plant, and a pile of Western Star trucks.
I do.
Shouldn't call them piles. A beautiful fleet of Western Star trucks.
Yes.
Okay, so this event we've got the whole executive team, we've got customers, we've got the guys who destroy and break them at the test track. It's been a cool event so far.
Very, very cool. Great experience.
Yeah, I've been real happy with it. Brendan, how long have you been driving?
I've been driving for just about 3 years.
3 years out of Winnipeg. And what type of driving do you do?
I've done a lot. I started with box trucks, or dry vans, I guess, and then I did gravel, I did feed, and now I'm back on dry vans.
So, what's your take on this so far with all the Western Stars?
Of the trucks themselves.
Yeah.
I'm so blown away actually with the power of them, especially those power hoods.
Oh, so yeah, we got to drive the new 49X power hoods yesterday.
Yeah.
And did that feel like a 100,000-pound truck?
That felt like a bobtail truck.
That's it, my exact thought. So my 4900 was sitting in the parking lot, and I drove one of the power hood trucks at 100,000 pounds. What I said to them was, if this trailer was hooked to my truck would be letting it very well known that we're 100,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And that thing felt empty.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I was blown away.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part so far?
My favorite part was honestly, I like the backing challenge in the red truck going up to the trailer.
Oh, the speed challenge on the trailer?
Yeah, the speed. I get competitive when time's involved. That was fun.
Clearly I do too.
If I didn't accidentally flip it into neutral, I might have had a better time.
Yeah,
but
no, this is a good one. Yeah, we had to back up a truck, bobtail truck, back up, do like a 180-degree turn around some cones and back it into like a trailer, like we're hooking up to a trailer, and it was for speed. And they told me it was for speed. So here's the thing, I've rolled a truck before, so I know how far you can push it before
you
it
knew
rolls.
where that line was.
Apparently everyone else was a little concerned about me rolling a truck, but I didn't roll it, and I got the lowest time.
Well, I was standing at the top of the hill when you did yours, and I just hear, and the whole truck was going like that.
So,
Two wheels
hey,
almost.
a win's a win, and the truck's still on its wheels, so I'm claiming it.
Success.
So here we got Brian, and I'm putting you on the spot all of a sudden. This man has broken more Western Stars than anyone else out there.
Probably true.
Let's first we should explain what Brian does.
Yeah. We put them together and put them to the tests of durability, and we see what makes the cut.
Yeah,
you guys get the best part of the deal at the end. I get the parts that may or may not work, and you guys get the parts that work.
Yeah, he takes him out the test track. What was it? A year ago? You took me out on the test track?
I think so. About a year ago, yeah. Give you a fun time. Punch your e-ticket.
Yep. Yeah, we drove around. They got all the tracks designed to basically destroy trucks.
Absolutely.
How many miles would you say you've driven on that track?
Simulated or real? I would say a good 60,000, and I'd say about 15,000 of those. Each truck is about 15,000 miles to simulate 1,000,000 miles.
Because the track is so rough and brutal on the tracks.
So rough. So my 60,000 miles is some hard-pressed miles.
How many bottles of Tylenol have you gone through?
Oh my gosh, Tylenol doesn't cut the muscle. We got to get the heavy stuff, that Excedrin.
Yeah, it is brutal. Those trucks get shaken, beat, like far beyond anything. I'm hard on trucks, but
yeah, I love
nothing
off-roading and stuff. It's
nothing
a different piece of it.
You're high-speed off-roading in brand new Western Stars,
Yeah.
basically.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
But it's one of the coolest jobs you'll ever do, but it's also one of the brutalest jobs you'll ever do.
yeah, sure. But you get to be on the beginning of the brand new stuff, the leading edge, and push it to its absolute, well, beyond.
The envelope you get to
its absolute
push is the best envelope ever.
Yeah.
Especially when we compare things.
Because you get to do stuff with trucks that we would never, ever get to
do. Nor would you want to.
Yeah.
And that's some of the fun.
It's not that I don't want to do it, so I don't want to pay the bill afterwards.
Right, you know, hitting 50 curbs in a row, not for everybody.
No, that's where that Tylenol comes in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Mark?
Oh, wait, so we're creating teams?
It sounds like we're creating teams.
That sounds to me like we're creating competition.
Absolutely creating competition.
Yeah.
We can't let Connor win this one, right?
No. I'll throw him in the water if I have to. Oh, he heard me again. You're always listening.
Always here. Always here. Be in your dreams.
All right. All right. Who's our person?
So far, it seems like they left us on our own. Rob, do you know what you're doing here?
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
You know how to fish.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you're our leader now. Let's go. Oh, shut up. Do you just get the first fish, too? You freaking kidding me? Connor gets the first fish. This is rigged. This whole thing. You're a ringer, aren't you? You're some professional driver they hired in and fooling all of us. Alex! He's a ringer. You hired him, right? I did. This is all fake. This is all fake. This is a setup. You were screwing with us all the whole time.
No. Hey, the Western Star passion's in everyone.
Okay.
Back down.
Spoken like a true brand manager.
What I do.
So update. I've been standing in the water here for quite a while. Fish are jumping everywhere around me, except for where my line is. I'm eyeing Connor over here because he keeps winning everything, and I'm getting skunked the whole time. Could be that I don't know what I'm doing, but so far no fish. So Dan, what did you just see?
I saw a fish jump right at the end of your line, but not take your line.
And it's right at the top of your leg. It's like standing between me and you, there's a fish just screwing with us.
Right there.
Yeah, like right where my line stops and Dan starts, this fish keeps jumping and screwing with us. But so far, still no fish, and Connor is the only one who's caught anything. I don't know about that kid. All right, Ann, get one?
Yeah. It's a nice one.
So fish are being caught right there. Fish are being caught right there. And fish are screwing with me and Dan here. But we can't catch them. Okay, I don't think you can see from here, but that fish is huge.
Huge.
So Ann,
Yeah.
what's the secret? Because we've
just
got
doing it for the first time. This is the secret. Beginner's luck.
beginner's luck's the secret. So you're new to the Western Star team, right? Fairly new.
Yes.
And what is your position there?
In the Western Star team?
Yes.
I'm the brand marketing specialist for
Brand
the Western
marketing.
Star brand. Yeah.
How long you been there?
in this position, just a month. This is my 4th week.
In this position, but you've been with Western Star longer?
No, I've been with Daimler.
Daimler, okay.
Longer. I was working in the distribution network development department, which is a department we work with the dealers, dealerships. We do like the certifications. We work with the network to get better. Like a lot of work with the dealerships. Yeah.
Keep the dealers everything they need so they keep us happy and going.
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, thank you for being part of putting all this on. It's been
Thank
a
you so
cool,
much
cool weekend so far.
Thank you for all of you being here. It's
Next,
really a pleasure.
can you work on some fishing tips because we're not catching anything, and you've caught the biggest one so far.
Well, as I told you, just beginner's luck.
Yeah, we'll keep letting you say that, but I'm starting to doubt all this stuff when all the beginners are winning everything.
You're scaring away my brand marketing specialist.
It's what I do. That's my specialty.
He's like, this is my job?
This is Alex's brand manager for Western Star.
That's true. The one and only.
The one and only. So like, everything that happens here is on you. Good or bad.
No pressure.
Yeah. So if I'd have rolled that truck yesterday, you would have had a meeting on Monday.
No comment.
But did I win?
You're gonna have to find out tonight. This
Wait,
is
wait,
true.
wait.
I did hold my breath watching you do the backup challenge.
I was holding my breath too.
Oh.
Just because I did it so fast I didn't have
You
time
did.
to breathe.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. we tallied up the scores.
Okay.
We got our winners. Someone's going to be bringing home some gold Western Star W's.
I definitely lost a lot of points in the gravel spreading challenge.
You know what's surprising? A lot of people did.
No. The truck drivers did. The gamers did really good in most of the
I love it.
competitions.
Hey. Well, one of them already has their CDL.
Yeah.
Right, and so he gets to kind of utilize that experience. And what I think, seeing how well Connor did yesterday from the ATS community, really shows how awesome the attention to detail
No,
is.
this is BS. Connor's a plant. We know it.
I know.
He's
I
caught the first fish. He won
him to
that.
stop. I was like,
He
Connor,
beat us all in the driving competitions.
I'm like, Connor, people think like they're
catching on.
They're
We're catching on. We're getting it.
Yeah.
This is all a Western Star scam. Just to screw with us.
No, I'm so excited to have them here and the way everyone's working together. And hey, if you're a trucker, you're a trucker.
Mm-hmm. And if you're a gamer, you're a better driver than the truckers, apparently. So Aaron here is one of the people responsible for the 49X coming to life. Well, a lot of other stuff too at West, but mainly the 49X here recently. This is the guy who is the reason it happened. Well, one of the people who's the reason it happened. No, I'm gonna give you all the credit. Aaron is the only reason the 49X exists, and he created the whole truck all by himself.
100%. Yeah,
all of it.
Only me.
Design, engineering, marketing, Samantha had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, so I was a mechanic turned engineer turned marketing guy.
Oh, so you went from working on the trucks to designing the trucks to now selling you're not salesman, but marketing and getting them out into the world.
Yeah, so I love automotive and trucks and product and kind of gearhead turned engineer turned marketing dude.
That gives kind of a different perspective of when you're helping design and create these trucks of you worked on them as a mechanic first.
100%.
So
it gave me a very practical perspective talking to engineers.
So as far as the design side of it, you started out as a mechanic working on the things. Samantha down there started out as mechanical engineer designing the things, and now you two are creating the trucks.
So she's got brand, I've got marketing and training and strategy.
So that's a very, very interesting combination, very smart, I think, combination of people to put at the front of designing and creating and pushing out your brand, are the people who have worked on them and designed them from the straight up mechanical side.
Yeah, each of us, we've got over 8 years basically on that product.
Yeah.
We both really care deeply about it.
Hey Sam, I just want to let you know that Aaron just took all the credit for the 49X on camera. The whole truck, everything was all him. He created it, he designed it, he's the reason it exists. And the DT12. He took all the credit for all of it on camera, just so you know. This is Sam. She definitely had nothing to do with the 49X.
Nothing.
Or Western Star in general.
Nothing.
She's just, we don't even know why she's here.
I just saw you guys fishing. It looked like fun, so I joined. I also have.
They gave you a sweater too.
They gave me a sweater.
That was so
and a
nice of
hat.
them.
I know, right? Yeah, I wouldn't want to be Aaron when he gets back to work. He takes all the credit on camera for all that. He's gonna have a lot of pissed off people.
I said you worked for me.
Everyone works for Aaron. That's like, whether you know it or not, you work for Aaron.
Okay, what are the scores?
As I went up to the bathroom.
1.
I'm calling it a win because I didn't fall in. So.
Okay. Brian, what'd you get?
4.
4?
4 on the
Rob?
day.
4. Trista? 4? What the?
I swear you have more. I know.
And I am still at 0. Hey Connor, I'll have you know that all of us drivers have been talking.
Yeah.
You're now the target.
I figured once I caught that first fish again, it was.
Oh yeah, rub it in. Yeah, you got to throw that back out there.
Got a big target on
Yeah.
the back now.
It's there, trust me. We're all watching. Now, what Connor doesn't know at this point is that I had already been talking to the Western Star team. What I saw in Connor was a kid absolutely living out his dream and realizing his passion, and I did not want that dream to end when this event ended. So I pulled the Western Star team aside earlier that morning, and I pitched to them the idea of, hey, let's team up and let's pay for Connor's truck driving school. This kid is more passionate about the industry than anyone I have ever seen. That's what he wants to be doing, and let's help him realize that dream. And one of the coolest parts about that, says a whole lot about the Western Star team, is big corporations move slow, and normally any decision that involves money takes a while. But before I even finished pitching that idea to them, they were 100% on board and all in. And then they got with the ATS crew, the American Truck Simulator guys, since they're the reason Connor was even at this event, they wanted in as well. So the 3 of us all pitched in together, and we are going to pay for Connor's truck driving school. He just doesn't know it quite yet. So now we're done fly fishing. We're going to grab some lunch, and we're going ATV side by side riding through the woods, hoping that something we can beat Connor at.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
We need to get something out of this. Is he still over there bragging that he caught the first fish?
Is it really this easy? So? Is it really this easy?
We're going to have to take this kid out.
Never landed another fish the rest of the day.
Yeah, you don't mention that.
The first fish is a money fish. So first and last, biggest.
We're at the club his knees or something. Hey, you're lucky.
Yeah?
I tried to get him to leave without you, but they wouldn't. So Trista, Brendan, Dustin.
Here we go.
The 4 drivers have got to come together and team up and destroy this mother.
Big old target. The guys have been blowing us out of the water.
Yeah.
Listen, I succeeded at the fishing thing.
You did great at the fishing.
I think that should redeem some driving
Don't
points.
stop talking about the start fishing.
Quick.
Hey, you see this?
Yeah.
It's called a helmet.
So, yeah.
Means I got no reason to back down anymore.
Oh!
What's going on? Wait,
Yeah,
hold
that's
you
what-
you
here, hold
two,
that for
the 2 who can design a freaking truck but can't put on a
Hold
helmet?
this for me so I don't drop it. I mean, yeah. This is a weird thing. You have That's tight enough, whatever. I don't think we're gonna flip anything. Not too tight.
No.
That's totally what I said every time I flip something too. Hey Brian,
Yeah.
this is not the test track.
Oh.
The goal is not to break them today.
Okay, I'm
break
gonna need an educational moment then.
He's like, I don't know how to drive
I
something
don't
without
know.
breaking it.
They got spare parts, right?
So guys, really quick, let me just show you how to use the helmet so everyone's on the same page here. You guys are going to have these 2 D-rings on the left
Engineers,
side of your
pay
chain.
attention.
You're gonna have a strap on the other end. You're gonna run the strap through both of the D-rings like so. And then if you just separate the two apart from each other, it makes
yeah.
you loop the one.
You don't even sit in the front because you all got in the back like I'm the taxi. Oh wait, hold up. Do I have the whole test track team here?
You do.
You do.
Oh.
So after I swapped seats with Brian and asked if he wanted to drive, I realized I just handed the keys over to the guys whose job is literally to drive vehicles to destruction.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got one of those corners so tight,
and he's never driven.
Goes ding,
and he's never driven one of these before. Yeah.
Limitations, I gotta find them. Oopsie! Gosh dang it, bro.
It was one of those rocks, I guarantee it.
I wasn't driving. Damn it.
What happened?
Hey, I don't know.
He's just doing his job.
Yeah, you can't take the durability driver anyway.
What'd you guys do?
Hey, no problem. So what we're doing, we finally found something that, here comes teacher, we're in trouble.
The durability driver broke it, sorry.
I mean, you are employed to break things.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
like, what I do good. I know. The one he was driving.
Way to go. Well, that's $325 PVE.
Oh, what the heck? Oh, I know.
Utilities break again.
So what happened was, we finally found something we can outdo Connor on, and that's destroying stuff.
I mean, you were with the PVE guys, so
Yeah.
they're employed to break things, so they should be good at that.
I switched seats with Brian. As soon as we got the thumbs up, foot to the floor, and it stayed there pretty much the rest of the way.
Oh goodness. Well, now you can figure out what you do.
Yeah. Okay. Brian's got to sit in the back now.
I've been grounded. That's okay.
You're grounded.
Yeah,
Cut off.
You're done. I'm used to it. They pulled me off the track for shit like this too.
Yeah, a little raccoony looking over there.
Is it bad? Yeah. It's funny.
Everyone should be coated in what I refer to as a dirt patina.
Yeah.
Patina in dirt.
It's not as pasty white anymore.
Yeah.
Well, the head.
At least I'm going to shine that baby up for dinner. Buff it out.
No, the important question of the day. The most important one. How did Connor do?
Amazing. You guys all did.
Now, on the way back on the his second drive, his average speed was higher than the first time he was driving.
That's progress.
Can you have an average speed if you only went one speed?
20, right?
Yeah.
Times 3.
In our defense, the speedometer didn't work in that one, so we don't know that we were. We don't know that we were going too fast.
It's true. Yeah, we wrote the right speed on the dash, so.
Yeah, I wrote 20 on the dash in the dash. It is. Look, we were going 20. Connor. Okay. Sun's over here, this way. So, never drove a big truck before.
Nope.
Have you drove side by side before?
For like 5 minutes when I was 14, technically illegally, but you know, we had some fun
We
in
don't
South
worry about
Dakota.
it. So, what was more fun, the side by sides or getting to drive big trucks finally?
Oh, big trucks. Big trucks, hands down.
More than that.
More than that. Big trucks in the proving grounds. Nothing compares. Nothing
All right.
compares. First experience, that was it.
Perfect. Nice. Yeah, I'm sitting next to you. What, you scared?
No, no, not at all.
There's no target on your back or anything.
Not in here.
Between me and Dustin. Connor got nervous when me and you sat on each side of him.
Yeah, I don't know if I chose the right seat.
Yeah. We definitely have not been scheming against you this whole time.
No, I would never do anything like that.
I can talk to the camera and I can tell everybody that we're here at the Western Star dinner and award ceremony for the big event we just went to at Star Nation. And I can talk to the camera like that all day long. I don't give a shit who's watching. It doesn't matter anymore. So talk to the camera and tell people what we're here and what we're doing and what you thought about it.
It's Captain
on the
Khan.
spot.
He's really good at giving that without looking.
It is good.
Yeah.
It is actually really good. But we were at the Western Star dinner on Sunday night, about to head home tomorrow morning, recapping the whole weekend. Captain Khan here, and we're here having fun.
See, do that every freaking time.
Yeah.
And do that the whole way through your thing.
You guys already know because there was a lot of bragging yesterday. We're going to call you up one at a time to present your award. First up is probably the one that was bragged about the most. So we're going to get that one out of the way.
If the screen goes black,
right off the bat.
Don't stop.
So, who won the backup challenge on a grade?
Did you wrap the awards that we already saw?
What?
No.
You guys have not. You have not seen these
Oh,
awards.
so you-
Well, this is a special. But you can't
What's
open it
inside?
until everybody. Yeah.
What's inside?
So you'll find out.
To be continued.
We have a lot of surprises.
Solid gold.
What's in that gold bar?
We need to buy more trucks.
Yeah.
All right.
47X.
This award is the so quick, so fast, oh shit, holding my breath award.
The only thing I won was the let's almost crash the truck event.
That was not the name of the contest, but I think
was implied.
it was what we were.
When you said it's a timed event,
Dan and I were watching, and he
to me.
That's what at the top of the hill, everybody went,
Oh shit!
Yeah, I watched that and I was like,
I thought he was backing into the fifth.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was stopping the cone.
You see
He was going 20
57X
miles an
going?
hour. I was like, he has to stop soon.
thing just shakes.
So this next one we call the Double Trouble Award. Not only did this contestant have the smoothest of the gravel course, which FYI was not an easy job. I don't want any complaints after this. But also was the closest in terms of the weight in the dump bed. So we know it's not Casey. No, I guess it's Casey. Casey won the I am the furthest away from the weight of the dump truck.
Yeah.
Because there's an extra.
Brendan, will you please come up?
That's the ATS community.
all right. This is the Oh So Close Award for the person
person that actually was the closest to guessing the dump gravel weight. However, they went over, which means they did not get the bonus points, but they were the closest. Tristan.
Because you came in second in a lot of the contests, including the smoothness of your gravel spread and the backup challenge on the grade. So the second best.
Oh, so close.
Oh, so close. Unfortunately, it's like a participation.
What was the comment?
And last but definitely last least is the definitely not least,
the oh so competitive yet
loser.
How bummed would you have been if you even lost the biggest loser award?
You guys are now allowed to open your gifts. It is the bill for
You guys are all by the way. That's fancy.
Oh, that's so cool.
No way.
we have a special guest speaker. Casey, if you could come up and help us present our our final award.
So, Connor.
Oh, God.
You know we've been plotting against you for the last couple days. But what you didn't know is who was plotting. It wasn't us, like I led you to believe. It was us. So, to me, the coolest part of this event was the trucks were cool, the experience was cool, everything you guys put together was amazing, but was your reaction to it. Because you're the only one here who's not a driver.
Never sat in it.
You never even sat in a truck. You played it on the American Truck Simulator game.
Beaten everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And you fell in love with the trucking, the industry, all that, and the Western Star brand. Mainly, red 57Xs. And when we walked in the proving grounds and you saw that red 57X, I didn't know if you were going to walk up, hug it, kiss it. He tried.
He did.
But the look on your face was absolutely amazing. And then you got to drive a truck. You never sat in a truck before, you got to drive one. And not only did you get to drive one, of all the things we did, the precision driving part, you beat all of us.
Yeah.
21 years. I don't know how many years. 15. Professional dump truck driver.
One day.
Half a mile of experience in a truck, and you beat us on the precision driving thing. But it was what we all saw in you and your passion for this. Really is what stuck with us. So we started scheming against you, or for you, I guess.
Yeah, it's for it.
Let's see how it goes. So what we decided to do is myself and Western Star and American Truck Simulator have teamed up, and we're going to pay for your truck driving school so you can get your license.
Come on
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
That is wonderful.
Absolutely.
It actually came out of a conversation that Casey had with Connor, which is what's holding you back, because you seem so passionate and you love it. And the cost of truck driving school is holding you back, and at Western Star, we never backed down, you didn't back down.
You showed us up.
We'll make sure that you achieve that.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone and everything like that. I know, even the last day or two, I was thinking about saying something tonight and saying, just obviously me being the only one here that doesn't have my CDL, hasn't driven anything before, and just the amount of acceptance, encouragement, and just that never back down attitude where you're pushing me towards something, and me being a younger individual and kind of being, I guess, a face for that younger audience. I'm thrilled with this opportunity, and I'm ready to take with it and run with it. And that's something that I think I owe to everyone in this room, but then also to myself, that this is something I want to run with, and I want to prove, and I want to make that story out of it, because it's definitely is possible, and anyone out there watching, it's possible. So put your mind to it and stick to it.
So now that all is said and done and I sit here in my Western Star truck, I have to say a huge thank you to the entire team at Western Star, not just the executive team, but everyone up at the proving grounds who let us come in and invade their space for a couple days, the engineering team, everybody else who was there and made this event happen. Thank you, and a big thank you to Western Star for not only supporting the industry and supporting this project with Connor, helping bring some new drivers into this industry, which is desperately needed, but helping bring back kind of that camaraderie of the professional truck drivers. That's something the industry's kind of gone away from, and Western Star, with this Star Nation experience, trying to bring people together, making trucking something to be really proud of again, like it used to be, and I very much appreciate that. That's the path this industry needs to get back on, and Western Star is trying to push hard in that direction. So big thank you to them for that. I am going to get this thing fired up, because that's one thing this truck was made to do, is work, and it works well.